Hi everyone out there in YouTube world. This is Black American Indian and I am coming to you in regards to the lecture that went on at the National Museum of the American Indian. It was held on September 16th at 2 p.m. and it was in regards to blood quota. And the question was, does Indian blood really matter or whatever? And I'm just going to give you my review, what I took away from the lecture, okay? At the bottom of this video, I will have the link to the webcast so you can view it for yourself. It's supposed to be on YouTube as well, but the webcast, you can view it whenever you want. So, first point. More African Americans are self-identifying with Native Americans as well. According to the 2000 and the 2010 census, it went up like 40%, roughly 40, 41%. I wasn't surprised because I was one of them that identified with both Black and Native American. So, you know, in 2000, people were able to select more than one race or more than one ethnic identification. Then the distinction between DNA tests, like the one I took from DNAtribes.com, and paternal tests. And the difference is that with DNA tests, it's more like comparing your genetic markers with others in a database. And some of the databases are very limited, including U.S. American Indian database is very limited. They are so-called considered still pure blood and not mixed, versus the paternal test, which more tribes, more so than with the DNA tests, are leaning towards. So with the paternity test, see if this child is yours. Well, the paternity test can also be utilized to prove that you have a relation with an enrolled member, like an uncle, male cousin. I think this is specifically for males. Try to figure out the father and then his father, like the male line. If anyone out there that may know more about this, please correct me. But long story short, if you have a relative that's enrolled and they can vouch for you and say, yes, this is, my brother's daughter or my second cousin or whatever, and that person takes the test and there's a match, then that will be taken into consideration throughout the enrollment process, along with a paper trail in most cases. So that's something to think about, because it's all about family ties, not necessarily blood. And when I say blood, meaning like Indian blood, is more like family lineage. And I'll get back to that. Yeah, going into the blood conversation. Indian blood versus tribal blood, okay? And so at first I'm like, is that the same thing? Well, apparently it's not. Tribal blood is becoming a trend regarding membership. For instance, if someone is 1/4 Navajo, 1/4 Apache, 1/4 Crow, 1/4 Chickasaw, then that person is full-blooded Indian, okay? However, if he or she tried to enroll in the Navajo Nation, then they may not have enough tribal blood, and or their kids may not have enough blood through their parents to be considered, Navajo, even though their parents are both Indian. And let's say the other parent was 1/4 Cherokee, 1/4 Seminole, 1/4 I don't know. I would say Sapani. 1/4. What else is out there? Narragansett. That child is not going to be 1/4 anything. So, yeah, that would be something that is going to cause a lot of people to get upset about. They're Indian, but they have multiple tribal lines in their family tree, and not having enough blood of one tribe over the other may cause some people disenrollment or not being accepted at all through the process. Of course, the Cherokee Nation, they go by their Dawes Rolls, the final Dawes Rolls, and if you have at least one ancestor on that roll, then they welcome you with open arms, apparently. But it's not that easy. I don't care how much they try to make it seem like it's that easy. It's not. If it was that easy, then it'll be a lot more people accepted without a lot of this mess that's going on now with the Cherokee Freeman. But anyway, apparently there is a way to correct racial classification via records in order for Cherokee Freemen to be reclassified as Cherokee by blood. The Cherokee Nation offers workshops to help freemen, but I don't know how true that is for Black people with that blood or connection to that tribe. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from my observation, those with Black blood who are also Indian just have a harder time than Sally or Billy Bob. Sorry, but that's what I've observed. Let's see. Another thing is back to the concept of adoptions, and some people are able to be adopted into a nation through a special ceremony, and through that special ceremony they are adopted into the nation by blood. So they receive Indian blood through the ceremony. Even though they don't have the blood at birth, they can get it later on in life. Again, I don't know if that applies to us Black Indians. This might apply to, other Indians from other tribes. Well, I mean, indigenous Americans from other tribes. I apologize if saying Indian is offending anyone out there. I was told that it's indigenous, so I'll say indigenous from now on. Indigenous Americans, or white people with this much Indian blood, if not any at all. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I am going to stop this, and we're going to start back with part 2 of this video.